All right, ladies and gentlemen and photographers, we're going to learn about composition. This is part two. All right, tip number four. This is the other kind of framing, framing literal. All right, so in framing literal, you still want to put good stuff into the frame and leave out the ugly stuff. But this is even more specific in that you actually have something framing the stuff. You have stuff around it. So in this one, the door is the frame. In this one, the I don't even know what this is. The netting and the dock are the frame for this thing. So write this down in your notes. Frame the subject with objects around it. Okay, so this one they actually used a picture frame as the frame, and this one they use the window as the frame. The trees and the grass are the frame. The palm trees and the sand are the frame. The subject is the boat. All right. So what I want you to do now. By the way, this was all in your paper notes. Now go to your Google Doc notes and find a picture that has good literal framing and paste it below. And then answer the question, what is the frame? All right, now let's go to the next one. Tip number 5, close-ups. This is another way to frame, or another way to have good composition. Take close-up pictures to capture details and highlight specific objects. And you should ask yourself, would this picture look better if it was closer? And so, for example, if you look at this, would this picture look better closer? And the answer is yes. All right, so close-ups give you better detail. They help keep unimportant stuff out. All right, so fill the frame with interesting subjects. Fill the frame with interesting subjects. All right, find a picture that is a good close-up and paste it below. Okay, so in your Google Doc notes. All right, this back to our paper notes. Tip number 6, the rule of thirds, also known as the golden sections. In this rule is that an image is best composed when broken into 9 equal parts. This helps create motion and energy. All right. It's interesting. So basically what they're saying is if there are lines in the image, they should go here, 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 or here. Your subject should go here, 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 or here, here. Okay. So I want you to draw this in your paper notes. Draw this little tic-tac-toe thing and circle this because that's where the subject should go. All right, where the lines cross are for PowerPoints. Placing your subject near one of these creates areas, makes the subject more dynamic, and this causes the eye to move around in the frame and take in the whole picture. It's kind of funny, but that's true. Write that down in your own words. All right, so for example, so you would think that you want the subject right there in the middle. This is super boring. You look at the bird and you're done. It's not interesting. But all of a sudden you put the bird in here, and so then you like look, and then there's a shadow over there. Your eye moves around. Somehow it makes the picture more dynamic. Okay, same thing. You don't want the horizon right there in the middle. You don't want the subject in the middle. This is very boring. Although you do this, and all of a sudden, like, there's a boat, right there, and then it has these lines that make you look around. So it's kind of weird, but that's ugly. Those are better. All right. Rule number 6, rule of thirds. Find a picture that follows the rule of thirds and paste it in your notes. And then I want you to use the drawing tools and draw the tic-tac-toe lines like this to show, like, oh yeah, there's the subject in the PowerPoint. Okay, Google Doc notes. All right, next one. All right, rule, you can't read this very well. Rule number 7 says leave space in front of moving object or they look like they're going to smash into the edge of the picture. So this poor lady right here, she looks like she's going to go bonk and then fall back over, right? So your eye wants to have her here, and then you look where she's going. Oh, where is she going? Right here, it's like, where's she going? She's going to balk into this wall and fall over. All right, so this is better. This is better. Okay, so rule number 7, leave space in front of moving objects. By the way, hopefully you wrote that in your paper notes. And then let's jump to our Google Doc notes. Find a picture that follows or breaks this rule and paste it below into your Google Doc. All right. So leave space in front of moving objects. Find one that follows it, or find one that breaks it. All right. Rule number 8: choose the angle of view. Change the angle to change the picture. If you take a picture from the subject's eye level, it makes them look normal, right? If you take it from up here, it makes them look little small and helpless. If you take it from down low, it makes them look big and powerful. Okay. Also, low angles will clear the sky backdrop. So if you change the angle, it'll change how the sky looks. It can accentuate movement or action, And like I already said, it will give weight, size, and power to your subject. A high angle can eliminate a cloudy sky, and it can make your subject look small or weak. Write that down in your own words. All right, so like this, it makes this Statue of Liberty look powerful and towering, almost like it's going to fall over on you. So notice that in this picture, the photographer got to bent down at eye level for the kids to make them look normal and not weak. And then here they changed the angle to get the lighting how they wanted, and they wanted the horizon not in the middle. So things like that. All right, quiz for part 2. Write that down. Quiz part 2. What is literal framing? Number 2, what is the difference between literal and regular framing? What is the rule of thirds? I don't know why. I'm going to hit escape here and then change this. This is so bad that I just can't even keep it. We already kind of answered that. All right, there we go. All right, let's try that. Okay, there we go. All right, answer those questions. All right, what tip did they follow or rule? They're really tips because you can't have rules with art, right? But you can have tips that will help you do stuff. All right, so what rule or tip did they follow well here? What rule or tip did they follow well here? Number 8. Number 9, what tip or rule did they not follow well here? Not, see, that's capitalized. All right, what tip should they try on this? And number 11, what should I do if I want to make the little kids seem like they are small and weak? So these little kids don't seem small and weak. If I wanted to make them look small and weak, what would I do? What should I do if I want the statue to seem tall and powerful? What should I do if I want the sunset not to be right in the middle, but rather in one of the PowerPoints? All right, so then we will go on to part 3.